Stay away from Pumpkinhead unless you're tired of living. His enemies are mostly dead. He's mean and unforgiving. Locked doors and windows barred, guard dogs prowling in your yard, won't protect you in your bed. Nothing will from Pumpkinhead. Hello, this is Gus from Askewed Reviews, and I'm doing something new. I was invited by my good friend Matthew over at Horror Madness to join him in kind of a new segment that he's doing called Creature Madness. This is almost like a book club type situation where we will from time to time be watching creature feature movies, and then all of us that are involved, including Ryan, Bambi, and Jen as well, we are going to put out our reviews for the same film. And as you probably figured out from the opening, this week we are reviewing the 1988 film Pumpkinhead. Now, if you haven't seen Pumpkinhead before, you really should. This is a great movie, and I think it belongs up there in the upper echelon of horror characters like Freddy Krueger, Pinhead, Chucky, and all of those other ones that people continue to talk about to this day. So, the story for this one is we have our main character of Ed Harley, who, along with his son, live out in sort of the middle of nowhere, just kind of very country life. And then a group of teenagers or college students come out to this area and they decide to do some dirt bike racing. And while doing so, one of the guys on the dirt bike manages to run over Ed Harley's son. Now, all of these kids, especially the one who did it, trying not to be caught, run off. So Ed is left with his son, who unfortunately does not make it. Now, he is understandably quite angry. So, what he decides to do at this point is reaches out to a local witch who might be able to help him by bringing a creature known as Pumpkinhead back to life to get revenge for his son. So, when it comes to this film, there's so much to enjoy about it. It has a great storyline, the atmosphere is so good, and the creature effects are amazing. So, on my scale, I give Pumpkinhead a 5 out of 5. If you want to watch this for yourself, it's currently streaming for free on Tubi, Roku, and Hoopla. Now, one additional thing I've decided to do with my version of the creature feature reviews for this is to do kind of a tale of the tape and let you know a little bit more about the creatures involved in these films. So, specifically, today we are talking about Pumpkinhead. This is a massive creature. They don't technically have a specific height, but most times, at least in some of the stuff I've looked into, they say that he's probably around 7 foot tall, maybe a little bit bigger than that. He seems to be a summonable demon of sorts that will inhabit a body, sometimes of the previous summoner. There are currently 4 movies in the Pumpkinhead series, and technically throughout the series, we see about 3 to maybe 4 different Pumpkinheads. As to what the abilities of this creature are, it of course has some claws, a spiked tail, it seems to have super strength or at least superior strength. It is practically invulnerable, although it does sometimes get taken down, but due to regeneration comes right back. It also seems to have some weird storm aura, because when it appears, it becomes darker and wind starts picking up, and sometimes actual storms will appear. Now, as for its weakness, it only has one, the summoner. So if the summoner that brought it forth is taken out, then so is Pumpkinhead. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Creature Madness. Keep an eye out as I'll continue to try and put these out whenever Matthew decides that he wants to do another one. And of course, keep an eye out for everyone else who's involved with this by looking up the hashtag Creature Madness.